17 years ago, I was sitting at my desk at work, and my mother called me, and she was crying. And I said, Mom, what's wrong? And she said that my younger sister and her 2-year-old daughter were on a plane from Arizona back to Colombia. And I said, well, what's happening? Where's her husband? What's going on? And then I came to find out that her husband tried to strangle her to death. Seeing the physical indications of strangulation and seeing my little sister so broken and just a completely different person was heartbreaking. I was able to talk to my sister and really understand what she went through. She felt so alone. She lived in a different state. She was not allowed to have any friends. And it started small and escalated. And the whole time she felt embarrassed. She felt that she deserved it. She felt like all of this happened because she was a bad wife and a bad mother. And so she didn't tell anybody. She didn't tell her family. She didn't tell her friends back home. She had nobody to turn to. That's what brought me to Sistercare. I didn't want to see anybody go through what my sister went through. Nobody deserves that. It's never your fault. Domestic violence is very complicated. It's not black and white. Most people associate domestic violence with physical violence. And while that certainly occurs, there's many different types of domestic violence to include psychological warfare, gaslighting, financial abuse, as well. And so it's important for people to remember that even if your partner never lays a hand on you, they can do just as much or worse damage with the psychological abuse and the financial abuse, because we often hear our clients say that they're made to feel like nothing, that they're just a shell of themselves, and they don't even know who they are anymore. They've not been given access to any kinds of bank accounts, not allowed to get jobs, and so it makes it extremely difficult to leave. Sister is very proud to be a trauma-informed agency, and what that means is that we meet survivors of domestic violence where they are. We don't ask them to complete certain things to receive services. We don't make things mandatory. We want them to come to us when they are empowered and they feel ready, and we see that that leads to greater success with living a life free from violence. We have 2 emergency shelters in confidential locations in Richland County and Lexington County. And shelters are typically used for survivors and their children or survivors without children who are fleeing domestic violence and they have nowhere else to go. When they're at shelter, we provide anything and everything they need: clothing, food, toiletries, along with our other services that we provide, like counseling, legal and court advocacy, and case management. So in addition to emergency shelter, we have a 24/7 crisis line, and that's really our hub. That is the hub of all of our clients that come to Sistercare come through our crisis line. We have trained crisis line advocates that are specifically trained in answering these calls because survivors might have questions, survivors might be scared. It might not be a safe time for survivors to call, and so it's very important that we're able to respond to those calls in an appropriate way so that we can best place survivors where they need to be to receive services. There's really nothing more beautiful than seeing a survivor being able to be 100% free from abuse. It's an incredible feeling. I think that's why all 65 members of Sistercare staff continue to do this work. It's so important, and to be able to see the transformation. It doesn't happen overnight. It's rebuilding yourself. It's having your own financial resources, being able to afford rent on your own, and perhaps get a job that you haven't been allowed to have for so many years, and knowing that you can take care of your family, and knowing that Sistercare has been there every step of the way as non-judgmental support. And everybody's journey looks different, but we're there every step of the way to provide services free of charge, and it really gives all of us hope that we can make this community a better and safer place. If you're watching this and experiencing domestic violence, please know that you're not alone. Your friends, your neighbors, people in your book club, people that are in your place of worship also experience domestic violence. It's extremely prevalent in our community. So it's important to know that you're not alone and that Sistercare is here and ready 24/7 when the time is right for you. We can provide services free of charge, completely confidentially, so that you're able to live a life free from violence. Nobody deserves to be abused, and we're here to support you.